I'm going for a walk, not the after dinner kind. I'm gonna use my head.
Hello, and welcome to the first episode of $5 Movie Reviews, the movie review show where we flat out refuse to pay top dollar for movies, mostly because they suck. I'm Jim Kettner, and with me is my movie girlfriend, Monica Elder.
I'm not his real girlfriend.
No, movie girlfriend, it's a totally different position.
You do know that.
Just a movie girlfriend. Anyway, tonight we are reviewing The Wire? The Walk.
The Walk.
It left quite an impression.
I thought it was going to be good. I actually thought it was going to be good. I heard the documentary was really good. I never saw it. You didn't see it either.
I did not see it. Man on Wire. I heard about it.
Oh, I didn't even know the name of it. I knew it existed and I heard it was good from people who I like. That's usually enough.
It was probably better than this movie.
It was definitely better than this movie. There's no way it wasn't better than this movie. It's terrible.
So let's talk about The Walk, The Wire. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, the man who brought us Back to the Future, but also Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm. You're still drinking that soda?
Yeah.
That's a soda from in the movie theater. He will continue to use it as a prop this entire time. Needs to do something with his hand.
We'll just leave that one there. So we currently live in Portland, Oregon, and we are blessed with many theaters that show second-run movies, which allows us to see films for under $5. So tonight we paid, what, $4?
$4.
It was worth about $4, you know? But so anyway, we have The Walk, The Wire, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it is about a man, a French man.
An arrogant French man.
With a top hat and a unicycle. I could see that any day in Portland, by the way. Didn't need to go to 1980 in NYC. Who decided to walk between the Twin Towers in New York City on a high wire.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be good. Don't know why. Because everything that you just explained, he was juggling, he was, essentially walking a slack line, he had a top hat on, he was into circus performances, everything about that I hate. And then you add Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who I don't hate, with a fake French accent, which I do hate, and weird modifications to his face that I couldn't quite place, and none of his charm. None of his cute boyish charm that comes out in like every single other movie he's in. He was wearing a wig that it literally looked like a dead rat on his head. Just like or maybe it was computer generated like everything else in this movie. Like, I doubt the reality. I think that the performances were CGI. It was pretty wretched. There were all of these hackneyed. You could tell that they were trying to like capture this grandeur of this big experience, but it just felt like, ooh, it's a CGI gobbledygook thing just like coming up into your face, and it was stupid. It was dumb. So right off the bat, we have him in his bad wig and his silly French accent, just breaking the fourth wall, just talking to us. Yeah, I mean, I guess because they were basing it on this documentary where I'm assuming he actually speaks in it and talks to the camera. I guess that's why they had him narrating the whole thing. But I'm going to go out on a wire and say that in the documentary he probably wasn't being interviewed at the Statue of Liberty. What do you mean? Of course he was being interviewed on the Statue of Liberty and having shots from really far away. CG'd on the top of the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. So from there, we sort of go into a flashback about this guy's life and his life in Paris. One of the highlights of the film for me was seeing Ben Kingsley as the older high wire guy. He was that
alright.
That guy was?
Yeah. He was Gandhi. So something that's going to happen on this a lot is I'm just going to drop movie trivia and Monica's just going to be like, I don't care.
Kettner's just human IMDb, and I am not. And usually I'm like, what do I know this person from? And he spouts off all of these serious movies I know the person from. And then finally he drops like the dumb rom-com or teen movie and then I'm like, oh yeah, it was that guy.
I can't even think, like, what's the movie that Ben Kingsley was in that you would know? That's tough. I'll have to table that for a second. So anyway,
It'll come out.
It'll come later. So we get his backstory. He falls in love with another street performer who looked kind of like, in her first couple scenes, she kept reminding me of Lydia Dietz.
Oh,
I thought she was like Winona Ryder.
she was beautiful, but she didn't. She was just his support. There was nothing special about her. She just gave up everything. They didn't show anything else interesting about her aside from the beginning when she was street performing. After that, she was just helping him.
Well, that's the function of women in most films, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Love it.
So these two star-crossed lovers end up
Star-crossed lovers. Mm-hmm. Go on.
They end up in New York City, but not the New York that we know and love.
This is the 70s, Kettner. This is like around the time you were born.
It was around the time I was born, but it wasn't New York. It was like a Sesame Street cartoon version of New York. It's like what I imagine Epcot Center of New York City is. Is that what Las Vegas is like when you go to like New York Land? Because
is
like
there a New York Land in Las Vegas?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think you're making that shit up. But it was like if everyone was dressed up to go to a 70s party. Like you got the person in the polyester outfit with the round sunglasses and the crazy wild wig and
But none of it felt authentic at all. It all felt completely. Obviously it's a movie, but like you shouldn't feel like they look like
every person in the
they
background.
look like extras in a theme park more than they looked like actual actors in the 70s. And like even their lines, they're like, "Hey, it's a stereotypical New York line. Hey Jimmy, I got a real sausage and cheese pizza with your name on it."
Doesn't that happen in New York?
I mean, sure.
Yes.
But it was pretty hack. Speaking of hack, what else can we talk shit about?
Well, I don't know. My biggest complaints with the whole thing was just that it's another, like, selfish, just another selfish white man who you're supposed to praise. Like, oh, he's so great. He's this arrogant man who's, like, torturing all of his friends and convincing everyone to help him and get arrested just to have his dream. That isn't their dream. They're just supporting him for some stupid reason. But we're supposed to watch this and love him and think he's wonderful and praise him. And yeah, like I'm not saying that it isn't cool that he walked a high wire. And maybe the documentary paints him in a different light. But in this, I was just like, oh, I fucking hate this stupid guy. But, like, why am I supposed to care? I don't care.
So not having seen the documentary, like, and obviously I knew that he survived. He's narrating the fucking story, so that immediately takes some of the tension out of the walk. But the first time he does it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then every single time he like turned around and stayed on it, I was like, I kind of want to see this guy fucking take a dive. I mean, and I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He is oozing charisma points, but no.
I mean, he had to play someone who maybe wasn't oozing charisma points.
Oh man, at one point a cop calls him a little pissant, and
It was
I don't normally agree with the police, but guy had a point.
Yeah, but boy, you're getting pretty far on that soda. 3 hours later.
Wait. So I want to talk about my laugh out loud moment.
Oh yeah, do you? Because the whole theater was like, "What the fuck? You were so loud."
Okay, so usually when it's a movie that I'm only, if
Kendra gets real loud in movies, real loud, and he will laugh out loud at things that sometimes people feel serious about. This, no one felt serious about.
I heard another giggle.
Yeah, I think they were laughing at you though.
Well, if I pay $10 for a movie, I will be quiet.
Not true. Not true. Not true.
If I pay less than $5 a movie, it is fair game to heckle.
Fine.
So in the midst of this character being the most irritating ever, he's fucking just keeps walking back, and then he fucking takes a nap on the wire, and I'm just like, ugh. A hideous CGI bird, like
With red eyes.
with red eyes, meticulously rendered, breaks through the clouds, and I just lost it. I mean, like, cause fuck off, movie. Fuck off.
And as it was, I mean, everything was CGI. He was CGI'd so many times, and in ways where it was almost just not even close to being realistic. Where it's like, oh, that's like a weird wax man walking on a wire with some fake trees behind it. Because really, that maybe Joseph Gordon-Levitt is walking on like a glass floor in a room, which I would love to see the footage of that, or maybe just on like a green screen floor.
So are you gonna buy the Blu-ray?
Totally. With that, using that Blu-ray player I have.
Yeah.
That's what a VHS is, right?
Yeah.
A VCR plays a Blu-ray now.
Yeah, I'm not the only one dating myself. Monica. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, there was painful CGI in this movie, like just everything about it, the entire world, and I guess we can't forget that Robert Zemeckis also made that fucking train movie.
What train movie?
The Christmas train movie. He made
What Christmas train movie?
the Christmas Express?
Polar Express?
The Polar Express.
I didn't see that. I just know the name.
Okay, but do you know that there are these brand of CGI movies where like the characters are kind of real, but they're not really, so they're just terrifying and disturbing, like the Polar Express? He made all those movies.
What other ones are there?
There's one of the Christmas Carol, and there's one of Beowulf, and they are all like you can't.
Wait! I think I saw the Beowulf one.
Right? So this movie, even though it stars real actors with personalities, I feel like had more in common with one of those shitty CGI movies than with, say, Back to the Future, which is too bad because I like a handful of Robert Zemeckis movies.
There was one character that I found likable, and his name was Jeff.
Let's talk about Jeff.
Jeff was a sensitive soul, and fucking the man on the wire was an asshole to him and made him be. Jeff is afraid of heights, and he made him go out onto the edge with him. And Jeff was so supportive and so nice, and maybe he didn't speak that much, and maybe that was a little bit to do with it. But he was nice, and he was the only one I cared about in the whole movie.
Do you know what the best part with Jeff was?
What? Oh, he was dancing. He was doing a crazy dance when he got up when Pierre got up on.
It was Pierre. It was Pierre.
Was his name Pierre? I think.
Jeff is in the background, just like eating up the scenery, like yes.
And he was doing a dance, and it was fun. But honestly, is that really what would have happened? Because wouldn't you just be like biting your nails and feeling nervous and not wanting to distract your friend?
I would have hit.
Maybe fall off of the wire. What?
I would have hit. I wouldn't want to watch.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have. But I would have been picking at my fingers and my shoes, and
you'd be like shaking a soda.
Shaking a sandwich, not eating it.
Terrifying, truly terrifying. I guess another positive thing, I like the visuals during.
Ew.
The visuals during the walk were actually pretty cool, and every positive movie review that I heard about this movie, when it came out months ago, said that all of the good things about it were like seeing it in IMAX or some grand cinematic scope.
Yeah, when they had moments where you're looking down, I actually felt scared.
And we're seeing it on a very tiny screen.
Very small with people's heads in our way. But like those moments of looking down felt real, and they felt like gut wrenching a little bit as having a little fear of heights. But yeah, that still doesn't make it good. So how are we rating these things?
I don't know. You know what would have made this movie good?
What?
Maybe we could rate it on a scale of Goldblums.
Oh yeah, there was a guy in it with a crazy mustache, and he should have been Jeff Goldblum. But of course, I'm sure they couldn't afford that. Regardless, and Jeff Goldblum probably would have said no. But if Jeff Goldblum was in it, I would have liked 2 characters in it.
If this movie was made in the 80s, that would have been Jeff Goldblum.
Maybe. Maybe Jeff Goldblum still wouldn't be interested.
So maybe we should leave it at that. I would give this movie like a half Goldblum because it had half a Goldblum.
Okay, but how many Goldblums is the most Goldblums that you can give?
That's really existential. I don't know. Maybe I should walk out on a wire between 2 terrifying buildings and give that a think.
I'm gonna give it to John Lovitz. It stinks. Yeah. Can we need to be done with this?
I think we need to be done with The Walk, The Wire. The Wire? The Walk.
The Walk. The Walk. The Wire is a really great TV show.
It is. It is a really great TV show. Maybe if Omar walked between two towers, that would have been cool. Or Idris Elba, even. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this our look, you even wore your tux for our first episode. That's great.
I did.
So that's it for the first episode of $5 Movie Reviews. We've got one Lovitz and half a Goldblum. So tune in next time where we'll probably be talking about some other piece of shit.
Hopefully it's better.
I don't know, I got my eyes on that Witch Hunter movie with Vin Diesel that came out a couple weeks ago, but...
Well, Vin Diesel at least is really fun to watch.
That's...
Terrible actor, but great muscles.
Awesome. So until next time, thanks a lot.
Tell me what to do. You can't even tie your own handkerchiefs. Your closet is a mess. You're making